Welcome back. I'm Michael Foley, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to shadow box from the ground up. And if you're new to the channel and you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be the first one to check out the next video. So first off, why is shadow boxing important? I've had the opportunity to work with great boxing coaches, kickboxing coaches, and Muay Thai coaches over the years, and they've all the great ones anyways, have pushed the importance of shadow boxing. And although the styles differ, the premise is the same. You're gonna reinforce your good habits when you shadow box. But this is only true if you shadow box correctly. What I mean by that, and this is the analogy I always give my students, don't do anything when you shadow box that you wouldn't do in front of a prime Mike Tyson. So if you were squaring up against prime Mike, would you have your hands down? Would you stand stiff back? Would you have a lazy jab? Of course you wouldn't. You wouldn't do any of those things. Who in the right mind would get in front of Mike Tyson anyways, right? And the second thing I always tell my students is at all times when you shadow box, you want to be correctly moving one of three things. You want to be correctly moving your head, you want to be correctly moving your hands, or you want to correctly be moving your feet, whether that be footwork or kicking. If you haven't already, go back and check out my Kickboxing Fundamentals playlist. In those videos, I go into great detail about how to establish your kickboxing stance, how to establish footwork, how to punch, how to put together punch combinations, how to kick, proper head movement. Today, I'm not going to go into great detail on each of those things. I'm going to talk about them quickly and just show you guys how to put together the entire program so that it all fits together technically so you guys can shadow box properly. So let's get right into it from the ground up. Here's how to shadow box. So many of my new students, and even some of my more experienced students, find shadow boxing awkward. There's no pad to hit, there's no person to throw your technique at. You're just standing alone, looking at the wall or looking at your reflection in the mirror and throwing punches and kicks. My hope is that this video gives you guys explicit instructions on how to shadow box so that you're more comfortable doing this in the gym. So there's two main motivations for shadow boxing. The first one is to warm up and get into a flow with your combinations. So you want everything to fit nice together, and you want all aspects of shadow boxing, so your head movement, your punches, your punch combinations, your kicks, you want it all to flow together. The second one is visualization. Basketball players will visualize making the shot. Golfers will visualize getting the drive they want. Same thing with shadow boxing. So I want you to visualize your opponent when you shadow box. And like I said with the Mike Tyson analogy, don't do anything while shadow boxing that you wouldn't do in front of a live opponent who is trying to hit you. Okay? So first things first, I want to get my stance. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use the fundamental kickboxing stance. So I'm going to take one step forward, turn side on, so I'm on a 45, guards up right here. Everything needs to come back to this position. So everything I do, I'm going to try to get back to this position right here. From here, the first thing I want to get moving is my feet. So I'm going to use just a little box step here. So I'm going to push off my back foot to move forward, push off my front foot to move backwards, push off my right foot to move left, push off my left foot to move right. And I'm constantly going to be moving here, and I'm going to try to mix that up a little tiny bit, but I'm moving here like this. The second thing I want to have moving is my head. When I'm moving my head, to start, it's just little movements from the side here. I can mix that up and make big slips, drops, rolls, but for the most part, just to start, to tie in with my footwork, I just want my head rocking from side to side here. So it's a little bit of movement here like this. Oftentimes you're going to hear boxing commentary, boxing coaches tell their athletes to establish their jab. Establishing your jab when you shadow box, it's a great first step. When I'm in my stance and I've got a little footwork going and a little bit of head movement, the first punch I want to throw is I'm just going to flick my jab. My lead hand, I'm going to push off my back foot, snap out my lead hand. And sometimes I'm going to double it up. After the jab, I want to put together the most likely punch that's going to follow my extended jab, which is my right hand, my straight right or my cross. So when I throw out my jab a couple times, move around a little bit, then I want to throw my cross and bring it back. Now you're going to notice that when I throw my jab, I'm consciously thinking about getting my glove back to where it started from. So I don't want to throw my jab and drop it. I don't want to throw my cross and drop it. My hands are going out and back from the same spot. So as I'm doing this, think about the rule that you're not going to do something that you wouldn't do in front of a pro fighter. In front of a pro fighter, I'm not going to throw a lazy jab and drop my hand. I'm going to keep my guard up. I'm going to throw my jab. I'm going to throw my jab cross, and my guard's going to come back. Now, the next thing I want to think about is how to put together combinations. I don't just want to stick with a basic jab cross. They're fantastic fundamental techniques, but we need some variety here too. So we're going to add in the hook, the uppercut, and then our legs. Basic combinations are going to start to play into your shadow boxing here. I'm on my toes, I'm moving around, basic head movement. I start by establishing my jab, a little bit of movement, then I fire my cross, my hands are coming back to my face, and then I want to start adding in my hooks, my uppercuts, and then I'm going to add in some kicks. So let's look at a basic combination here. Jab, cross, hook, low kick, body kick, push kick, knee. Let's go back to that rule I talked about earlier. You always want to be moving your hands, your feet, or your head. So if I'm not going to finish a combination with a kick, I have to finish it with head movement. So it would look like this. If I throw my jab, I don't just want to bring my hand back and stay here. I'm going to throw my jab, put a little slip on the end. At the end of that slip, I might create a bit of an angle. Same thing with my cross. If I throw my cross, I don't want to just bring it back and stop right here in front of my opponent. I want to throw my cross, put a little slip on the end, and maybe a little shuffle step. All points when I shadow box, I'm either moving my hands, my feet, or my head. So it looks like this. I can also use that head movement to start a longer combination. So I'm going to throw my combo, put a little head movement here, and then return fire with another punch series in the combo. Move my head again, fire another combination, and this can build on itself as you shadow box. So a quick little demonstration. So let's do a quick recap because this can snowball a little bit and you can get left behind. First thing you want to do, get your stance. Second thing, a little bit of movement with footwork. Third thing, a little bit of movement with your head. Then you're going to start establishing your jab, just throwing your jab out easy. Then you're going to start to put together combinations with your 1-2. Sometimes a double jab, 2. Then you're going to add in more punches like hooks and uppercuts. Then you're going to add in kicks, leg kicks, body kicks. Then you're going to add in head movement. So finish your combination, whatever punch you finish with, your head exits to that side. Once you get the head movement added in, if you finish a combination with head movement, you can use that head movement to restart more of your combination. And pretty soon, you're going to be shadow boxing like a champ. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of it. I'm Michael Foley. I'll see you on the mats.